Today is 131, day 131. We just got dropped off somewhere. This is the start of the Bigelows heading north. So we have a 2-day carry because of the elevation. I mean, it's not that much distance, but if we tried to do it in one day, it'd be over 5,000 feet. So we split it in 2 days. We're going to stop at a shelter because of where the shelter is today. The first day is pretty short. It's like just over 5 miles, which is almost ridiculous, but still 2,600 feet of climbing. And hopefully we can get to the shelter before the storm comes back. It's been raining, and it's predicted more rain coming through the night. Then, yeah, we should get through the Bigelows by tomorrow. Carrying 2 days of food and 1.5 liters of water, but my pack is about 18 pounds. Like 17.9, and it's feels heavy right now. And yeah, I still don't feel like I'm kind of over whatever happened on the last hike, even with 2 days of rest. But we'll see how it goes. Supposed to be cooler. Temps in the 40s tonight, so we'll see how warm I could stay. We're dealing with a lot of mud. And just to start the trail, this is like just a mud bog already. All the recent rains. And some of these rocks are really slippery. I already slipped on one. Didn't fall though, so all good. So when we look at elevation maps or profiles, one thing we consider is that, when you get above around 400, 500 feet per mile, it's a pretty steep either ascent or descent. We've hit some that are 1,000. We've hit a few that were 1,500 feet per mile, and like you're walking up and down almost a cliff. But there's a part of what we're doing today that's over 1,700 feet per mile. It's a short section, so it's not like you're doing a mile of it, but it looks almost vertical on the elevation map. So we'll see how that goes, what that means. I have no idea. We've heard that some of the descent from the Bigelows can be sketchy, but that's not till tomorrow. Our first minor stream crossing of the day. Cool bridge. Apparently it's Dick Brown's bridge. All right. Been here a while, huh? Yeah. That's not sketchy. I tell you, a thought that comes to mind as I've been hiking the last half mile on this trail, which has some minor ups and downs, but looks like this, is how nice it is to hike on a normal trail again without having to boulder scramble up and down over rocks. It's quite pleasant. So today is kind of an unfortunate short hike. I wish it was a little longer, but it just doesn't work out that way. Between our drop-off point and the pickup point where the road crossings are, you got 16 to 17 miles and over 5,000 feet of elevation. And so it's almost doable, but a little worrying, so we decided we need to split up into two. And the only two shelters on the trail are either 5 miles from the start or 5 miles from the end. So either way, one of the days is going to be really short. And yeah, so if we had gone to the one that was 5 miles from the end, which is better for my work because then I could get more work done on the following day, on that same day that we end. But that was still almost the entire 5,000 feet of elevation, so it wasn't really a good idea either. So we did a little over 5 miles today, a little over 11 miles tomorrow, both over 2,500 feet of elevation climb. It's about even in terms of probably effort. So we'll see. Third little stream crossing. So far the bridges have felt pretty stable, which is good. And I think we reached our first blowdown. I don't think people are going through this. So looks like the way is around. Normally under leave no trace principles, you don't want to create a whole new trail, but sometimes you have no choice. So the other side of the blowdown. And our fourth little stream. At the 2,000 mile marker, buzz and chase. Woohoo! Woohoo! So we're a few miles in, or at least 2.5 miles in. And up until now, the trail has been pretty much like this. Occasional rocks and roots, occasional mud, but pretty easy, right? Really nice. So, you know, it couldn't last though. We're going to be hitting the rocks now. But if it's just rocks like this, I'm okay with that. We'll see. Well, we're only about 1.7 miles from our destination. I've been climbing. It's a pretty steady climb, but it's been pretty easy. It's kind of a cool area. Giant rocks. Yeah, it's, you know, some of it's been kind of steep, but nothing sketchy, so pretty happy with that. No big boulder scrambles. So, yeah. But it would be nice to get to our destination. Alright, it's getting kind of steep here. Woo! And you can see the blaze on the far rock way up there. Alright, I think we've hit some boulder scrambles. So, yeah, kind of like we've been used to in Maine. Here we go again. All right, it's just documenting the difficulty of climbing this hill, this little mountain. So we got to get up there to the top. You can see it up way up there. All right, so what we've learned, that is not the way to come up, because that's pretty sketchy and difficult. That wasn't that easy, but you go all the way around, come back, and then come up, and yeah, it's doable. We're here. Now we gotta get up there. All right, we're at the just off the trail, the Horns Pond view, and look at the size of these mushrooms. Check it out. It's kind of cloudy today, but you can still see stuff. Woo. It's cold up here though. There's a big mountain over there, I don't know what it is. Almost hidden totally by the clouds. Somewhere over here they say you can see Katahdin, but I wouldn't know it if I was looking at it. Huh. Wow, this is worth the walk up the trail. I was just thinking that, you know, nothing too sketchy, but then we just hit this. I'm like 0.1 miles from the shelter, but what the heck do we do here? I don't know. Maybe it'll become more obvious when I get partway down. Do I go over there? Out on that edge? Doesn't look like it helps me. Try over here. Get down midway. I'll do that. Well, that was quite a puzzle. I came down around those 3 skinny trees, got down to the next ledge there, got over to this rock, grabbed those roots, got down to the other ledge, threw my poles down, and lowered myself down to that lighter rock right there. It's interesting, it's not really a shelter like a normal shelter. Oh, there is a U-shaped section. But yeah, so I guess you could fit 3, maybe 4 people. I see on this little chart that shelter there is considered a day use shelter, so it's not really designed to sleep in. That makes sense. This is the Horn Lake lean-to site. It's actually pretty big, and it's unusual in that it's got, we just showed you the day use lean-to, but there's actually 2 overnight lean-tos and 2 privies. So the place is set up to handle more people. Like I said, there's 2 shelters. I don't know if one's better than the other. Yeah, check it out. These are huge. Hey. And there's Buzz.